The US economy is faltering and something must be done to fix it. That was the message that Federal Reserve Chairman Bernanke delivered to Congress today. How to fix it, though, is the hard part, because there seem to be so many things going wrong at once. Oil prices briefly spiked to a new high of $102 a barrel today, while the dollar fell to its lowest ever level against the euro. Inflation is a real threat, while economic growth has disappeared. Put together, it's enough to make an economist's bow tie spin. Our Adam Brooks breaks it all down.
Mr. Bernanke was trying very hard not to sound like the harbinger of doom, but it was difficult.
The growth of real gross domestic product held up well through the third quarter, despite the financial turmoil, but it has since slowed sharply. Labor market conditions have similarly softened as job creation has slowed and the unemployment rate, at 4.9% in January, has moved up somewhat.
There were bright spots. Much business is in good shape, low inventories, strong balance sheets. But overall, this was all about the downside. The American economy is still faltering.
The economic situation has become distinctly less favorable since the time of our July report.
The reasons are legion. The housing market is dismal. Last year, house prices nationally fell 9%. The dollar has hit record lows against the euro. Now that helps exports, but it makes imports more expensive, and perhaps it suggests a general lack of confidence. Oil prices are soaring, spiking at $102 a barrel, even though there's plenty to go around. And food prices are rising, corn and wheat hitting record highs, thanks to increased global demand for meat and biofuels and drought. Add it all up, and it feels very like inflation. And it's easy to see now how those commodity price rises are making their way through manufacturing and distribution and getting passed on to the consumer in the form of higher food prices. Here at this busy little cafe in central Washington, they finally decided 2 weeks ago that they had to raise their prices on a full 3/4 of the products that they sell. Salad, bread, vegetables, meat, fruit, juice, almost everything. Tricky then for the Federal Reserve as it ponders further interest rate cuts. Cuts which can stimulate the economy, but can also stimulate inflation.
So the challenge for us is for us to try to balance those risks and to decide at a given point in time which is the more serious, which has to be addressed first, which has to be addressed later. That's the kind of balancing that we just have to do going forward.
Now, if inflation takes hold and prices in cafes and shops and garages continue to go up, and it's all coupled with poor growth and unemployment, well, you have that witch's brew known as stagflation and horrible memories of the 1970s. It's a word some economists are already using. They may well be ahead of themselves. But optimism on the US economy is in short supply. Adam Brooks, BBC News, Washington.